and today is a Q&A Weekends episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us at support@businessrepublic.net, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter. My handle is BizRepublic, B-I-Z-Republic. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's Q&A Weekends question comes from Sherry. And Sherry asks, is creating a mobile app a good business idea? Interesting question, Sherry. Software and apps have become a growing market in online business. And I've worked closely with one of our coaching clients who created a mobile app that was quite successful. I'm going to get into the business of mobile apps, what it takes, is it a good idea, and how profitable is it really? So let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by HostGator. With their 24/7 live support via phone, chat, or email, they got your back when it comes to your website. They're like your own tech team that you can call upon at any time of day, any day of the week. You can get started with building your website for only $5 a month. Just go to HostGator.com/MBA30 to save 30% off and get this amazing deal. Again, that's HostGator.com/MBA30. So Sherry asks, is creating a mobile app a good business idea? Well, I need to first say that the medium, being a mobile app, is really not the business idea. It's what that mobile app does for people, what value it adds to their life. Yes, there are very successful mobile apps that make lots of money, that are very profitable, but there are plenty of apps that don't, simply because they just don't add enough value. So you need to see it from that perspective. It's not the fact that it's an app that makes it successful. It's the fact of what the app does. So let's get into how does an app actually make money? Well, the simplest way an app can make money is if you charge for it. There are apps that are 99 cents. There are apps that are $15. There's apps even that are $50. Now that's an extreme case, but yes, there are apps that are that expensive. But most apps are between 99 cents and $4.99, whether that's an iPhone app or an Android app. So really you're maxing out at $5 per sale. And there's a lot of people that make money on offering free apps and just doing advertising inside the app. But again, that has a lot to do with how popular the app is, because if the app is not popular and doesn't have a lot of users, then you're not really going to make a lot of ad money. And just being on the App Store, whether that's Android or iOS, is not enough for you to be popular. It's your job to market your business and to market your app. And you're going to have to do that the old-fashioned way, building an audience and bringing awareness to what value you offer. So when you're creating your mobile app, you need to ask yourself a few questions. What value does it add to the customer that actually uses this app, whether it's a free app or a paid app? How does it compare to any of its competitors? How large is your actual market? What does your app do? Is it a game? If it's a game, it's a pretty large market. And you might think, hey, that's a good idea because, hey, I got a lot of people I can sell to. But it also means there'll be a lot of apps in there. You're going to have to really, really try to stand out. My advice to you is try to get as specific and niche as possible. Try to solve a need or a want for a specific group of people, whether that's deep sea fishermen or recreational hockey players over 35 or homeschooling moms. Get specific. You want to be able to resonate strongly with this audience. Now, like I mentioned, there's two models. You can have a free app or a light app, which is free, and they can try it out, and then they can later upgrade to the paid app. You can have advertising on the free one to make money, but be mindful of what advertising is on your app. You want to make sure it's congruent. You can also see your app as an entry point to other products. So say, for example, you are creating an app that helps students to prepare for the IELTS exam. For those who don't know, IELTS is an internationally recognized English exam that foreign students have to take in order for them to get accepted to a university or for immigration purposes. That's very specific, right? So your app might be helping them with some test questions or maybe giving some test-taking tips, but there are some offers inside the app for them to check out on your website, like sample tests or maybe one-on-one tutoring or your online course on how to increase your IELTS score by 1.5 points. So the app could be a means to another way to make money. So you have options, but developing an app isn't something that you could do overnight. It takes time, so you should see creating an app as a long-term goal. Depending on how many developers you have on this or how skilled the developer or developers are, and how intricate your app is, your app could take a few months, maybe even a year. It also depends on how much money you have to invest in this idea, into this app, and how much time you have to work with the developer. You also need a designer, someone who's going to design the interface of your app. So keep this in mind. Now, this doesn't have to be extremely expensive. I've seen successful apps be created for around $10,000 to $15,000. But if you're going to invest that kind of money, you need to make sure that you have a proof of concept. You can recreate your app on a website or even a page on your website that does the same thing for a lot lower costs. And test market the idea, test market what the app does and how it helps people. Now remember, even if they're on a mobile device, they can access your website through a browser. So they still have the ability to use it on their mobile device. Yes, it's not in the App Store or the Android store, and it's not the same thing, but at least you get some response and some feedback to know, hey, this is a go. I really should double down on this. The good thing about apps is that they're not going anywhere. They're just going to get better and better, and they're going to get more popular. 5 years ago, there were a lot less people with smartphones. Now, everybody uses a smartphone that has access to an app store. So it is definitely an exciting time to think about creating a mobile app. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, let me give some love to today's sponsor, HostGator. When you're building a business, you don't want to have to worry about the tech of creating your business website, or registering domain names, or getting SSL certificates for secure checkouts. Let the experts take care of that for you over at HostGator. When you sign up for HostGator, you get 24/7 live support. So you get a whole team of people dedicated to make sure you win with your business website. They'll help you and walk you through creating your website, maintaining your website, and upgrading your website whenever you need it to be upgraded. That also includes when you start with the baby plan with HostGator, you can upgrade at any time as your business and your website grows. But the point here is just to get started. And now is a great time because you could save 30% off with our amazing discount code. That means you can get started for only $5 a month. Just go to HostGator.com/MBA30. Again, that's HostGator.com/MBA30. To wrap up today's Q&A weekend question from Sherry, creating a mobile app is a good idea if the idea behind the app is a good one, is one that people actually want and value. So make sure you do some test marketing, do some idea validation. Make sure that you check out our free 7-video course on idea validation over at 100mba.net/free-course. That's going to help you a lot with making sure that before you spend and invest the money in creating this app, that the idea behind the app is a good one. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let us know in an iTunes rating and review. We'd love to hear it. If you click on the cover art, you'll see a link that says give us a rating and review if you're on your iPhone. If you're not on an iPhone, you can just simply go to 100mba.net/show and see all the instructions right there on how to leave us a review. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave you with this. Whether you're building a website, an app, a physical store, an eBay store, whatever the medium is, make sure whatever you're offering through that medium has value. That's really the business. That's really what you're doing here. If you can make sure what you're offering to people will help people, add value to your life, even if that value is entertaining them, making them laugh, then you gotta win on your hands. Focus on the value and not on the medium as much. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you loved it. I'll check you in tomorrow's episode, another Q&A Weekends. I'll see you then. Take care.